Hi, and welcome again to In the Kitchen with
Christian.
and Nancy. And for today's recipe is going to be another light, fun, a recipe that you can try at home with your kids or, with your spouse or alone. And it's fun, it's healthy, and very few ingredients, only 4 ingredients. Can you believe that? Yes. And it takes very little to make, very little time. So the recipe for today is called peanut butter frozen yogurt.
Sounds delicious.
So this recipe, consider it like an alternative to the store-bought ice cream that we buy at home, or hopefully, we don't buy that often. It's not very healthy, right, Christian? It's not. It's full of sugar, lots of fat, and other ingredients that you may not even be able to pronounce, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I don't know you, but I can't pronounce most of those ingredients, so it must not be really healthy for you. So here we are going to hopefully encourage you to try this at home. It's very, very fun and easy to make. So let's go over the ingredients, Christian, for
Okay,
that.
yep.
So here we have, it does call for low-fat or non-fat yogurt, plain. We wanted to vamp up the protein content again, right? We always try to add our own touch. So we're going ahead and use the what is it? Vanilla? It's vanilla,
It's
right?
vanilla-
Yeah, it's
vanilla,
not
yes.
the plain, it's the vanilla, and it's a Greek yogurt, right? It has a higher content of protein. Here we've already plated here, pre-served, ready to be mixed in our bowl here. We have 2 cups. It requires 2 cups of the yogurt. We're also using the natural peanut butter. Why natural? Only because it doesn't have all the preservatives, none of the added things or
Ingredients.
yucky stuff
Yeah.
that we don't need, right? Our bodies don't need. So we went ahead and used the natural, and we're using the smooth or the creamy, only because it's probably easier to mix as well. But I haven't tried it with the chunky, have you? I haven't tried it with the chunky.
But it's up to you. It's depending what you like and what your
Right,
kids like.
right. Yeah, make it your own. So we're also using, it calls for a 1 teaspoon of the vanilla extract here. If you don't have, we have the 1 teaspoon here. If you don't have the teaspoons or, any measuring spoons at home, don't fear, don't stress. Just throw in a little splash. That's what I do when I can't find my measuring spoons at home. And the salt, we have just a 1/8. This is what the 1/8 teaspoon. It's very small. So again, if you don't have the spoons, just throw in a little pinch of salt. And why salt? Christian, do you know why?
Yeah, the salt is a potential flavor, so it's gonna bring the flavor up.
Right.
If you are questioning like why a dessert has salt, that's the why.
It balances out the sweetness, right? So, okay, great. So, and the equipment that we're using here, well, we have a spatula or a spoon for mixing. We also, just as a backup, in case we have a hard time with the spoon, we have a whisk. So if you have that at home, we have a scooper here, so we can scoop it out once it's ready. We have a bowl here for mixing. We have our cups. Of course, it's the 1 cup, the 1/2 cup, our spoons here. And of course, a freezer-safe container like you see here. We went ahead and used a small ceramic container. If you have loaf pans, sometimes there's mini loaf pans, or you have the glass containers, the storage containers, those are freezer safe. So you can use those, and those actually come with a lid. So you don't have to worry about getting either we used aluminum foil because we didn't have a lid, but you're welcome to use like the wrap, the clear plastic wrap if you like, okay?
If you don't have any of those, even with a coffee mug, you can freeze your dessert.
Right. And if you're asking, why do they have strawberries and blueberries and we almost forgot. We're using honey bunches of oats here. Again, another WIC-approved food item. And that's going to be one of the toppings. Christian wanted to add a little twist to it, so we went ahead and used, as you see here, some honey bunches of oats. And this one has with almonds. There's different ones, but this one has almonds. All we did is we kind of crushed it a little bit in a bag, and just to give it that consistency that you see here, we're going to use it as a topping, okay?
Okay.
You ready?
I'm
And I
ready.
think that's it. So let's put on our gloves.
So what do you need help with today?
Just to hand me the ingredients, if you don't mind. Again, if you're doing this without your kids, that's completely up to you. If you are, again, we encourage you to, let them help with, giving you the ingredients, maybe even a little bit of mixing, right?
Yeah,
They
this
feel
recipe is
happy.
very safe for them. They can help you out, or you can just teach them and they can be ready to do it by themselves next time.
Yes, yes. Now, this recipe, of course, It does give 4 servings, but if you want to double it or triple it, you may. Okay, just double, triple the ingredients. And of course, we're gonna freeze it here in this container. But if you want to, I mean, now we know that kids are back in school. Most kids are back in school, right? They come home, they're hungry. I don't know you, Christian, but my kids are always hungry, especially after school. So they can come home and have this healthy frozen yogurt before dinner, but without spoiling their appetite, right? And you won't feel guilty that they're it's not ice cream with all that sugar, unneeded sugar. This is a healthier option for them to try. You can also freeze them in already a small glass container or plastic container with a lid. Stick each portion in the freezer, and then your kid can just go in there and grab it, and it's ready to eat. Yeah. So you can do that as well. Okay. So we're gonna start here. We're gonna start mixing the items together. You want to hand me the yogurt, please?
I'm gonna give you the yogurt first. Remember, this is 2 cups. We're gonna use 2 cups. We already have it preserved.
It smells nice. I don't want to. I don't like to waste any food.
Okay, peanut butter.
Peanut butter, thank you. This is half a cup of peanut butter. As you see, it's pretty creamy. We've left it out in room temperature, so it should be pretty mixable.
Yeah, much easier to mix. But remember, if you wanna use the one with
The chunks, like
the
kinda,
chunk nuts, go ahead and use them.
Yeah, make it your own again. I want to mix
Okay,
already.
now we're gonna use the
Vanilla
vanilla
extract. And we're gonna go in with 1 teaspoon.
Mm-hmm.
Again, if you don't have the teaspoon, just a splash.
Just a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. And last, we're gonna use the salt.
The salt.
Which, you know what? Maybe we won't even use the 1/8. We can just do kind of like a.
Just,
I trust you, just with a little pinch.
just like this, and that's it.
And now we're ready to mix. Just be careful here.
Okay, Nancy, in the meantime that you are mixing, let me tell you the nutritional values for this recipe. So as Nancy mentioned before, this recipe is gonna give us 4 portions in total. Okay, each portion is gonna have about 300 calories. We're gonna have 23 grams of carbohydrates, 18 grams of protein, which is very, very
Wow,
good,
that's a lot of
and
protein.
16 grams of fat. Yes, maybe it's 300 calories. Maybe you're saying like, way down, wait a little bit. Maybe I don't wanna eat that snack, right? But remember, it's because we're using the Greek yogurt, which has more protein. Protein is bringing up the calories as well. So it's no empty calories.
It's a healthy calorie content.
Yeah. And also the fat that we're using, the peanut butter, has healthy fat. So don't worry about it. Just be mindful with your portions. Remember, in total, we're gonna have 4 portions. And because it's a dessert, maybe it can be very easy to eat everything in one single scoop, right?
I know, I'd be tempted to eat all
Yes.
of it. It smells good.
How are you doing, Nancy?
That's good, I think. Just make sure everything gets incorporated.
Also, this recipe, let me tell you, is it has a bunch of calcium and magnesium, which is gonna help your kids to grow, to be smarter.
Healthy bones.
And
Healthy
yeah,
teeth.
healthy bones, teeth.
I think it's ready.
All right.
We might not. Doesn't have to be perfect. Remember, anything homemade doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to taste good. All
Yes, of course. And it will be.
right? Okay. Well, I think we're ready.
Right. Okay, so the next part is gonna be just to serve it before
You ready?
taking it to the freezer. And according to the recipe, it says that you have to leave it 4 hours, about 4 hours in the freezer. So that's also up to you, depending on how creamy or how frozen do you want your yogurt.
Wow, that's quite a bit.
Yeah.
You see that?
And at this point, the extra ingredients is up to you if you wanna add them right now before you put it in the freezer, or at the time that you are dressing your dessert.
I just want to make it look nice. Now here, if you want, you can add a topping. You can add your granola topping or your cereal topping. I don't know, maybe some chocolate chips, healthy dark chocolate chips, or
There's some chocolate chips with no sugar, and this dark chocolate, which is the healthier.
right.
So go ahead and do it.
So what do you
Okay.
think? That looks nice, ready to be placed in the freezer.
Yes, You can use a lid, you can use a foil, whatever you want. Just cover it, just to protect it for whatever is in the freezer, right? And because of the time, remember we have already our final product. Okay, so this one, so it looks like that. You're gonna take it directly to the freezer.
Yes, thank you, Cristian. I wanted to mention, if you do by any chance leave it overnight, we left it overnight, and it was a little too hard to scoop as soon as you take it out of the freezer, you can bring it down to your refrigerator and let it set in there for a while or all day, and it becomes a soft serve, better for scooping and better for eating, right?
Of course.
So
okay.
we're gonna show you what we left overnight. Of course, we don't have a lid. We used this is a 9.5 by 5 loaf pan that we used. Some foil to be a lid here. And this is what it looks like.
It smells really good.
Right. And it's a soft serve. So we had to bring ours down from the freezer into the refrigerator, and so it becomes a soft serve. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So now everybody knows what time it is.
The
We're
time
going
of
to
taste.
serve. And we have our scooper here. You ready, Cristian?
Yeah. So the portion of this dessert is gonna be around half of a
You
cup.
wanna help me?
Yeah, sure.
See, it's a nice consistency. Just a little bit more.
Please.
See how it's soft? It's a soft pudding-like. I think that's enough.
Yeah.
That's all you get.
And for here, you can add your extra toppings. Just put a little bit of everything.
You can have a little bit of everything.
Yeah. Some blueberries.
Again, whatever fruits you have at home. If you have some pecans, walnuts, if you like that. Also, the recipe does state, and you can do that as well, you can add some cocoa powder to give it a little chocolate
yeah.
twist, right? If you want it to taste like, chocolate, feel free to add a tablespoon or 2 of cocoa powder if you have it home, and it'll have a chocolatey twist on it. Ooh, that looks really good.
It looks good, huh?
Yes, let me see. I wanna
Ready?
see that. So see, you want to make something really nice, very appealing, right? Because if something looks good to eat, you want to eat it.
Of
right?
course,
All right.
of course.
I
Okay,
have my
ready,
spoon.
Nancy?
Do you have yours?
Yes, I have mine.
All right, let's try it.
There you go. Okay, 1, 2, and 3.
Awesome.
It's very creamy. It's refreshing for this summer. It's sweet. It's a
Yes, but
perfect.
not too sweet.
Yeah, but not that sweet. Yeah, I think it's a perfect dessert for that sweet craving that sometimes we have, right? And your kids are gonna love it. So
Really,
please
really good.
remember, if you like this recipe or many others that we are providing through YouTube, make sure you give us a like and subscribe to all the notifications on the channel of Cameron County Public Health, so you can receive all the notifications, right? And the link for this recipe, you're gonna find it in the descriptions of this video.
And for those of you that are, and also don't forget to go ahead and complete the survey after the video. So
Yes.
for those of you that are wanting to get your WIC benefits, make sure to fill out that survey and get your benefits on hand.
Yes,
All right.
of course.
Well, thank you once again for being here with us. We hope that you like this recipe, fun, easy to make. We hope that you try it very soon. And thank you for being here. You have a great rest of your day.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Nancy.
Cristian.